Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely 4th of July, enjoying their market day off. And with that being said, get into the TA. All right, guys, so if you saw what happened yesterday, then I think you know where this video is headed. All right, guys, so I'm just going to give a little precursor for this video, all right, a little intro. Guys, we have a crap ton of bullish charts to take a look at across the board. There's not really any bearish charts I'm going to show you here in this video. There's not. We could show you Mr. VIX. All right. That's not looking the best. But at the end of the day, guys, we have a crap ton of explosive setups. And yeah, let's get into it. All right. So we're going to kick it off here with QQ. And I'm actually going to start over here with the weekly chart. And I'm just going to point out, guys, if Friday is not a bloodfest, okay, if you do not have blood in the streets on Friday, this is going to close out looking like this, and that's going to suggest further upside into next week. So, guys, when you're making your decisions, keep that one in the back of your head, all right? Keep in the back of your mind that the weekly candlestick, all right, just faded the bearish candlesticks, okay? So we've had, you know, a scenario like this where, oh, it looks like, oh, maybe the bears are starting to take control, right? Now, little did we know, right? It would end with a hammer candle right here. But let's look at it this way. You have a bear bull battle going on here. You had the bear bull battle going on here, and bulls just said, screw you, we're going up. We're now at a new high. You've literally gotten, you know, past the previous high. That puts all of these sellers here from these 2 weeks underwater. That is a recipe for continuation. That's a recipe for shorts getting squoze and continuation to the upside. So, you know, that's really the psychology behind what we're seeing right here is you had the battle going on. All right. Bears they had their chance. All right. To get that foothold here. They did not. All right. They did not. They fumbled the bag freaking hard after printing this candle. And then bulls. So you got bears starting to take control. Then you got bulls starting to take control. You can clearly see from that wick. And guys, I told you, once we printed this candlestick right here, I remember saying that day in that vid, guess what is the weekly update? If we see something start forming like this or like this, I am not going to sit there and just not change my tune, all right? I'm not going to stay bearish when you have a bullish candlestick setup going on. It makes absolutely no sense, okay? These things lead to further downside. These things usually lead to further upside. We flipped the script literally the next trading session, all right? So we talked about in the weekly update how ugly things were looking, but we definitely did mention, hey, all right, if things start to change, we are always going to change the bias, okay? I'm not going to sit here and just be a deer in headlights, and I don't think any of you guys should either, guys. When you see things on the charts, go with the things on the charts. Flow with the market. Okay, go flow with the market. It's very easy to see what's going on here. All right, you just have to not be biased. And in reality, after that hammer candlestick was put in, you followed it with a big breakout. Now, we also said this supply zone, okay, 482.54 to 483.43. All right, now that you got down here, that was going to be, you know, my little line in the sand. You get over 483.43, you're probably just taking out the golden pocket at that point. And then, you know, above 485, you're taking out 487.20. You're going up to a new high. Guys, we're now at 491. All right. Right here, this was your tell. The fact that, you know, you broke out, you sold through it. So, you know, oh, okay, sellers are in the zone. This is the supply zone. It makes sense. Okay. You came back into it and sellers were nowhere to be found. You had a little bit, you know, stepping in over here. But in reality, you had bulls flip the zone into a demand zone that shows you for a fact. There's no denying it. There are more buyout orders out there, all right, on the tape. More buy orders are there than sell orders. So this was your line in the sand. This is why we made, you know, this was my line in the sand. That's why, all right? That's the psychology behind why I was saying that, okay? And now you have this look. And guys, this is explosive. This is one that just started. You know, you had your little, you know, briefing here, okay? You took a little chill pill from the, you know, rapid move up here, and then you continue the rapid move up. You've just taken another one of those chill pills, all right? You've refueled yourself, okay? All the, you know, shorts get involved. You have structure developing here. Guess what? All right, you just refueled yourself for another leg, all right? So I'm just going to say, you know, blatantly just I'm putting it out there. All right. 500 incoming over here on Mr. QQQ. That is what I think is coming. And that's that. All right. You broke up from this little base over here. You had a $17 move. Well, you broke up from over here. And where's our $17 move? That would bring us to like 505 to 507. 500 incoming on the Qs. That is what I think is likely, all right? I understand you have decreasing volume on here. Guys, we didn't have the last 3 hours of the day, and I'll actually, we'll fold on my part there. I didn't know we closed early yesterday. I had no idea, and so I come back to trade, all right? Because like I was saying, you flow with the market, guys, and when the market is giving you exactly what you want and you're not making money, you're clearly just not flowing with the market, all right? NQ was giving me exactly what I wanted. All right. Buyers were being relentless. I'll actually just go over it over here. All right. But you come over here to NQ. I'm down here. I'm going to show you where I walked away. All right. I literally walked away right over here. All right. I played this little thing. Okay. And I'm like, this is just pissing me off at this point. Okay. In this chop, I was just getting extremely just annoyed, all right, because, nothing was happening for a while. So I decided, I'm going to walk away, all right? I'm going to walk away and come back in an hour, okay? Little did I know, it literally broke out right there, okay? And I came back right around over here, which I'm actually going to point out, 15-minute time frame. You got your first bearish divergence. What happened shortly after, right? You put in your top, okay? You got that going on right there. You got that going on right there. Lower low right there with the RSI. Higher high with price right there. That is a typical bearish divergence over here, guys. And if you're not new to the channel, then you do know we look for the 15-minute bullish and bearish divergences, just like you could be forming one down here. Okay, so that is a thing. You're retesting the previous high right here on NQ. Yeah, okay, so the futures market is open, but the normal market is not open. So there's that. Most people are taking their break today, which I don't advise trading this. You could see most of the time was chopped. You've now made your decision to break down. You came down to the next logical price point, but now you got the 15-minute RSI oversold. So if I had to take a guess, all right, you're either going to bounce back from where you are right now, or you're going to come down here, slightly take out this low right here, put in a bullish divergence over here on the 15-minute RSI, and then you're going to go up from there. Okay, that is, if I had to take a guess at it, is what I think would be the case. All right, guys. But in reality, you guys can see what I see. We'll just use QQ because I got a lot of lines on my NQ chart. All right, this thing just had a fresh breakout. Weekly chart's looking phenomenal. We're going higher, ladies and gents. We're going higher. That's the call I'm gonna make over here. SPY moving on. Okay. Which actually, I guess I'll point out the levels. All right, guys. Like, I do think we're just going to continue higher from here. You don't have a 15-minute bearish divergence at this point. So, guys, if you pull back, expect buyers to bring you up to new high. All right. So, if you get this move right here, you're probably going like that. All right. Maybe we go up straight to 500 from there. I don't know. All right. But it's down over here. You had one building, and then you burn through it. And that typically is a recipe for a larger move up. So, that is what I'm going to be watching here. Okay. On the downside, though, 487.20 is the level to be paying attention to if price does decide to pull back into it. Underneath there, guys, you really do just have your 482.54 to 483.43 supplies demand zone. It was a supply zone. Now it's a demand zone. And then right above there, you have 484.53. Those are the levels that I would be paying attention to. You don't really have much going on here. You probably, really want to go level to level. All right, 485.87, and then under there, 484.53. Buy. All right, same look, guys. Fresh breakout. Okay, does not have increasing volume, but the fact that you're 3 hours short, okay, on the day, and you still almost got up there, that is not the worst thing in the world to see. I'm just gonna point out what I pointed out the other day on ES, guys. This day right here started your breakout from 2 weeks of consolidation. All right, 2 weeks. This was your continuation. You're now stalling out at the top of the range. Okay. Well, I mean, I would really say top of the range was over here. Okay. And this was that's why I was saying that was the first day of your breakout. Okay. If you pull back into over here on ES 5561, that is your buying opportunity. That is the top of the previous range. You very likely get sellers or buyers stepping in over there. And this hourly RSI with that move is probably going to be back down here. That's a recipe for buyers to buy that thing up. Okay, so that's that. But yeah, you come over here to SPY, guys. just had this breakout from, again, that same 2-week range we got going on here as of, we're going to say on SPY over here. As of yesterday, you broke out of that as of Wednesday, July 3rd. But yeah, you look on the weekly time frame, guys, and you're doing the same thing I just pointed out on QQ, which is a recipe for, hey, let's just walk through it. All of these people are underwater. The wicks, all right, the sellers that these wicks represent are now underwater. Okay? Don't get it twisted. They are now underwater. You come back, you retest it like there, all right? You're probably getting another, another week or two of up movement. All right? I'm not saying we're going much higher here, but I am telling you what we are now looking for, all right? Because that is exactly the case. Just like over here, you went a little higher. Okay, I understand it's not too much higher, but you still did go $3 higher. All right, so that would be equivalent to going up to 555. So mark it on your chart, 555 over here on SPY. All right, that is what this weekly chart is really saying to me. Okay, now if you were to pull back, we'll do this on the daily time frame. Okay, 547.41 down to 546.74. That was your supply zone. Now it should act as demand. Okay, on this run, you really did not build any sort of structure here. If I had to point something out, it would be right here. Okay, so underneath 549.04, that is when you have a straight shot down to 547.41. All right, on ES, that is a decent amount of points for yo butt. All right, there we go, guys. There we go. IWM. What are we paying attention to over here on IWM, guys? It's still just, a slop fest over here. Not, it's not making a whole lot of sense. Okay, you can trade it intraday. I include it in my morning brief over in the Discord every morning. Why? Because you still can, play this thing intraday and use the levels. They will be respected. But in reality, all right, this thing has definitely been sloppy, and there's no denying it. This and DIA are not something anybody really should be consistently trading, in my opinion. All right, you want consistent, clean price action. We give it to you every day here on SWAL, 6 days a week. In this week's case, 5 days a week, because we have 1 day closed, which was today. Okay, but yeah, IWM, guys, what you're really going to be paying attention to, we're just going to come down to the daily time frame. I'm going to delete these levels. Okay, I'm going to point out what's pretty clear to me. Had that. You got your golden pocket there. I'd say watch the golden pocket. We're going to take that off over there. Okay, on the downside, the support here in this case is going to be right over there at 248. I'm actually going to come over there. It's going to be the high of that candlestick. That's where you broke out from, right? So 258. You got 258 on the board, 202.30, 203.31, and above there you do break out. And at that point, you're going to get a large move. You're coming straight up to 205.06 to 207.09. Again, I mean, guys, this thing, it's going to take its time. Eventually, we're going to see this thing snap right here. It's going to snap back, and we're going to see it run up to the highs. It's just not yet. It's not going to happen. So I'll remind you guys, every time I see it, all right, I'll definitely scream from the rooftops about it, because I'll be playing it myself, okay? You see this 4-hour RSI down here, that's when you start loading up some IWM calls with some time. And then, most of those times, you're going to get 100 to 200% out of them if you just, wait around like a week. So I'll point it out when I see it. Right now, there's nothing really to talk about over here on DIA. Or not DIA, IWM. There's also not much to talk about over here on DIA, because you've done absolutely nothing for 2 weeks now, all right? But on top of that, I mean, this is hardly nothing for the past, month here. You came down to a golden pocket, then you traded up to the next golden pocket, then you came back, retest the key level, and now you're just ping-ponging, all right? Just avoid it. If you want to save your money and not, burn it on these premiums, don't trade DIA options, okay? You could trade the YM, but at the end of the day, this thing, again, it's sloppy. Why are you going to even trade it? There's no reason to. Maybe there are some Dow traders out there. Let me know if you are a Dow trader down in the comments. I'd love to know why that is the case, but there's got to be people out there. This was the OG. Okay, Mr. VIX, guys. Told you at the beginning of the video, this is the only real bearish chart that I'm going to be taking a look at today. This thing, all right, looks like it wants to come down here. Really not doing a whole lot of anything right now. We're just going to keep watching for these, 15-minute bullish divergences to pop up. When the hourly RSI starts getting oversold, guys, that's when we start looking for a bounce. Okay, so if this thing starts coming back into here, all right, then, we're going to look for a bounce. So maybe we top out on Friday, have our little pullback into next week. I don't know. All right, not much to talk about over here on VIX, DIA, IWM. That's why I take so much time on SPY and QQQ. That's where, the real beans and potatoes is. Okay, and why do I say beans and potatoes? Because I like beans and potatoes. Okay, I like that, and I like some chicken with it. All right, and if you want to throw in some green beans with some nice seasoning, I also like those. There we go. All right, moving on to the big boys. Amazon. All right, Amazon, guys, it is just trekking higher up here. I'm going to make that a red level. You never got my entry down. I never got my entry down here. I was hoping this guy over here would help me out and just pull back into 191.70. You didn't. You decided to come ever so close, all right, within $1 of it, and then you rocket shipped on us, so it's okay. All right, it's okay. Weekly chart, guys, looking strong, looking like you want to continue higher. You're going to have decreasing volume on this week, guaranteed, okay? You got to see how this thing closes out. If you got another, upper wick there, then hey, maybe we do get our entry over there in between 188.35 and 191.70. Microsoft, the thing looks strong. The thing is a bull. This represents a bull chart right here, okay? So this is what goes through, the mind of a bull. You're like, oh, when are we going up again? When are we going up? Bull, run it, run it, run it, all right? Oh, when are we going up again? Oh, run it, okay? Oh, big consolidation. Now you have a big period of what I was just saying. And then, boom, run it. Oh, look at that guy. Look at that. But yeah, guys, all right? This thing wants to continue higher. That is the little joke I was just making. This breakout just started, okay? This is a massive period right here of consolidation. Just like you had this thing over here, just like you had this thing over here. Do you see what happens when you break up from these periods of consolidation, okay? They go for quite some time. This thing is not even close to done, all right? That's what I'm going to say. Do we get pullbacks along the way? Yeah, but you don't even have a daily bearish divergence going on here, all right? At least start looking for the bearish divergence to pop up in order to start seeing this thing sell. You don't even have that, okay? So we're going higher from here. All my targets have been hit. I'm just going to point out. You can use those lower levels there if we start pulling back. But this thing doesn't look bearish by any means to me. Apple over here, guys. Fresh breakout. Like I was saying, same concept as SPY and QQQ, guys. All right. You have bears in these candlesticks right here. Okay. What happened? You've now faded them. You've engulfed all of the price action. And boom, you had a new high. It puts all of those people underwater. All right. All of that, you're just searching for the liquidity on this pullback. And then the fuel is had to move higher. This thing's moving higher. That is what I want to make clear here. How much higher? I don't know. But next cycle level is going to be 230. So watch that one. Goog. All right, still in this rising wedge, still not, necessarily looking the worst over here, okay? You come over here, the 4-hour time frame, and yeah, all right, yeah, you got a case of, bearish divergence if you take out that high, but in reality, it's the same thing as Microsoft. Guys, this thing just consolidated for a while, and now it broke out, all right? This is a whole month of consolidation, and now you broke out. I was hoping you'd get the pullback over here into 179.95. You did not do it. But at this point, guys, this thing's going to continue higher. I hope I'm making myself very clear here. SPY and QQQ run off of all of these major components. If these things keep running, like it looks like they're going to keep running, SPY and QQQ, they're not pulling back, baby. They're going higher. They're going higher. Okay? You can try shorting the uptrend all you want, but I'm making this video, making it very clear in this video that, hey, guys, as long as all these components are looking good, the index is going to be looking good. And what happens when the index is looking good and the components are looking good? You got a recipe for way further upside, all right? So let's get after it, okay? It's going higher. Meta over here. Now, you are something that's just in this consolidation. So let me just talk about, the market, how I think about all this stuff, okay? Well, guess what? You had those other components I was just showing you. they're looking like they're going to continue higher. You got Amazon, you got Microsoft, you got Apple, you got Google over here. But then you come over here to Meta, and Meta's just been consolidating. Well, you know, maybe some of those guys start to pull back, and then this thing goes, okay? You got plenty of fuel for the upside. That's what I'm making clear. Got the I get the hiccups every time I record one of these videos. Gosh darn. Every time. When I'm talking to customers too and trying to talk pretty quick, I also happen to get the hiccups over there as well. All right, guys, but that is the Fang Stonks. That is that. Okay, that is that. Let's come over here to Bitcoin. All right, I want to put some, actually, we'll start off with the chips, then we're going to go over Bitcoin just because I want to close out the video with Bitcoin. All right, so chips, I think this is notable. I think you should think it's notable. 3 hours less than a day, yet you have increasing volume. Boom. All right, what do you also have? Range breakout. All right, you got this week and a half of range. Guess what happened? You're starting to break up, and you didn't even start that breakout. All right, it just looks like this is NVIDIA. This isn't even the right freaking chart. All right, it switched up on me. They look exactly the same though. You see this thing right here. All right, you saw this candlestick. Okay, you saw this. Well, come over here to its large component. Look at NVIDIA. You see that? It just started. It's going to hit it with another stick. All right. 133.73 incoming. If you don't gap up massively on Friday, then there is your opportunity. There you go. All right. But SMH, guys, increasing volume, range breakout. Okay, you broke out here, but you got the continuation. You got the follow through with volume, which is what I like to see. I understand you're coming into the golden pocket. This is one of those times where I'm going to say, you know what? Screw the golden pocket. This thing looks like it's about to launch up to a new high above 279.57. And that's just my opinion. Okay, that is just my opinion. That is what it's looking like to me. You got NVIDIA ready to launch up. Okay, you swept liquidity down here. You just stayed in this range. All right, what happened, guys? This thing wants to go up, okay? Because if it didn't want to go up, guys, you would have broken down from the range and you would have went straight to 115.82, like, you know, is technically sound. What happened, though? Bulls decided to, you know, completely step in, take it to the top of the range. This is a big move right here, okay? $7 move over here. This is not the old NVIDIA. This is the new NVIDIA, guys. That's like 7%, okay? It's like 6%. You barely have broken out here, okay, by like, you know, what is that? 16 cents. There you go, guys. This thing is about to run up to 133.73. So that's what I'm paying attention to here on the weekly chart. Okay, you got bears. This is like your little pullback here. I thought you'd get something bigger. Doesn't look like it wants something bigger, but hey, for all I know, we're going to stay in this. We're going to make one massive range here, just like we did over here. And, you know, maybe it'll be like that for a few months. But, you know, honestly, it doesn't look like that's how that's going to play out. It looks like this thing's going to go up to, you know, run it back up. AMD over here, guys, really not looking bad at all. I'll actually start off with the weekly chart because you guys just saw that. Guys, very clearly, bulls want to push this thing higher, okay? You know, I understand you're just in one massive little range here, consolidation. But in reality, you could see all the lower wicks that I can see, okay? On these two candlesticks over here, you got, like, I understand neutral, 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 but then you got these. You can see there's more bulls than bears in this consolidation. We could very clearly see it. And now you're breaking up from that, okay? You held the breakout this time. You didn't get sucked back into it. You held it, all right? And what do I think's coming next? 172.49. Still on the board. Target still on the board. Let's get it. Let's do it. At the end of the day, 183 to 187. That's what you're going to see over here. SMCI. This thing is also, you know what? I'm not going to say it's looking great. It's probably going to troll some people more and, you know, just kind of consolidate here for a little, just judging by these candlesticks. But at the end of the day, all right, it's clear that bulls want to drive it up. Okay. You're not getting that capitulation style, you know, sell here like I was hoping for. If you do see it, I will fully take advantage of it. All right. This thing likes to move. Okay. It really likes to move. And if you can catch it during those capitulation style events, that is when, you know, you're going to get cheaper premiums. Okay. And then you get to experience the pump and then the premiums pump back up. And you're like, holy crap, that's not how much I thought I was going to be up. I'm up even more. All right, guys. So that's something that happens a decent amount over here in SMCI. But right now, guys, you're not getting that opportunity. So, you know, I'm just patiently waiting for it. To me, guys, you could very clearly see this break and retest going on here. Bulls, I understand you got underneath 800. That was the key level. From there, you were probably going to come down to 755. You didn't come down to 755. Okay, you came within within $10 of this zone right here, which is 765 to 755. That's what I was paying attention. I went along that guy. All right, you did not get it. You did not hit my alert. That's why the alert is no longer there. I don't think you're coming down here. All right, but break and retest, guys, you're really just watching this massive, pennant of consolidation here. People could call this a bear flag. It's not. All right, we're gonna say it's a neutral pennant, and in my opinion, all right, it's just getting ready for another leg up, like an actual like here you got a leg up, here you got a leg up. Okay, I think it's actually getting ready for another leg up, and I think we're actually, guys, we could be seeing. I know they got a split coming. All right, but screw the split. 1400 to 1500 SMCI on this next leg up. That's how I think that's going to go. It's going to take a few months to play out, but I think it's coming. Okay. TSM, guys, this is one. That's the weekly chart, guys. Do you see what I see? Does this thing suggest downside? No, it does not. You close, as long as you don't crap the bed on Friday, you're closing out like this. So we have further prices coming next week. All right, higher prices, higher for longer. That's the theme. Okay, you had this beautiful range. Okay, you broke out from that beautiful range. You've had a gap and go off of increasing volume, guys. We are taking out 184.86 next, and it is probably going to run to 190. That is that. MU, now this is the only one that I'm playing over here out of the chips. All right, and guys, this thing's looking phenomenal. It's looking phenomenal. Oh, who could have guessed 130.54 would have been the pivot? Oh, who told you in advance? This guy did. Congrats if anybody is playing MU with me. Okay, your TP levels were 135.85. Maybe you started taking some off with me. 139.65 and then 144.22. Okay, there is that. Now we're going to talk about some Bitcoin. All right, we're going to close. Before we go over that, I'll just throw in another one of Henry's trade ideas. Oh, who could have told you that the 5 to 6 month trend line was going to probably hold? Oh, not this guy. Psych, it was definitely this guy. All right, you had the 4-hour RSI, getting heavily oversold over here, typically where it starts to bounce. You could see where I was watching it. That's where I was taking my entry. Down there, okay? Down there when it was in the absolute gutter, okay? And this is, a pattern that I, like to watch on most of these big guys. I understand TLT, it's not something that's just, it is heavily traded. We could call it a big boy, but, it's not something that I normally cover. But when I see the opportunity, I will talk about it, right? Golden pocket test, as well as the trend line, the, broken 5 to 6 month downtrend, as well as the 4-hour RSI being oversold. You had a recipe for a bounce, and I got a comment saying, Henry, be careful. Be careful. The TLT is not falling. It's not following technicals, or there's something bigger going on behind the scenes. Guys, understand when you tell me this, I am going to laugh. Because okay, there can always be something going on bigger behind the scenes. Who cares? Who cares? If you would like to make money consistently over time, you're going to say, who cares with me, all right? We're going to say it one more time. Who cares? The charts predict the news. Say that one with me again. Charts predict the news. That is how it goes. There is no way around that. You will get a crash at some point that's going to throw technicals out the freaking window. And if you got money on the sides, long-term investor hat on, you're going to start buying. It's going to be very clear when that is happening. It is not even close right now. Okay? You have no reason to start looking for, the things behind the scenes to start catching up to these charts. Okay? If that were the case, we would start consolidating. All right, you'd have a big consolidation period with all likelihood, and then boom, you would break down. After people thought it would break up, you'd start breaking down. That's literally what started your 2022 bear market. Okay, if you're gonna get a crash, so that's the scenario where it's actually just the stuff behind the scenes, it takes time, and then it starts catching up to the charts. Okay, well, here you have this where it's just going to be a complete black swan event, and that's not something that we physically can predict. It's not. Okay, that's why it's called the black swan. But even in that case, You had a bearish divergence on the weekly RSI. The charts still told you to stop. Just take a chill pill, okay? What do we not have right now? We don't have that, okay? You had a chance for your crash over there. You don't have it right now, okay? But again, these are things where you get this. Do you see how big this gap down, this weekly gap down? Okay, that's 1%. That's a lot. Okay, that's to see oh, that's more than 1%. That's a 3% weekly gap down. That's how you're going to know something is bad, all right? Real bad. And that's why I say that's your black swan. No one could have, anybody who claimed to have known about this is just a doom and gloomer who's probably been saying it for the rest of the time. Oh, you had another warning sign here. What happened? You gapped down on the week 1.6%. That's volatile. That is volatility. You knew something, you actually had that over here. I'm just going to point out right there. You had a 1.8% gap down. We don't even have this volatility right now, guys. We don't. All right. Give us this. You see, you got these big weekly gap downs. Do you see any big weekly gap downs here? No, there's no reason to be sketched out by the market, guys. The market's going to continue higher. Higher for longer is the theme. And that is that. We're going to know when the thing's rolling over. We just won't know at the very top, and that's fine. But if you want to consistently make all the little money along the way, instead of just the big kahuna, oh, I shorted the top before like a crash or something like that, or a big pullback, then you're going to throw that bias right out the window, and you're just going to keep flowing with these charts like we do here on this channel, all right? You can flow right here with us, and that is that, all right? So that was TLT, guys. You got the little bounce. So far, it's looking really smexy to me, okay? And I think you are going to hit these upper levels. But of course, guys, as you start hitting your take profit levels, scale out, okay? So I hope you guys, started doing that too. Carvana, all right? This is another one before we go over Bitcoin, because I think that's where the real opportunity is. I want to highlight it in this video, all right? Carvana is one of these guys that's getting ready, guys. This is a momentum trade. It's getting ready for another leg. Just my opinion, all right? You're breaking, retesting off the previous high here. I actually really like how this is shaping up. I don't know. This is the original trade idea I pitched you down here. You see 115. That's probably going to be your buying opportunity over here. 108 to 115 on Carvana. And then another one of those hiccups, guys. Look at that. They catch me off guard, man. They catch me off guard. But yeah, that's going to be your opportunity over there. But honestly, with how it's shaping up, all right, if you are a momentum trader, Carvana, keep it on your radar. You probably have another one of these little legs coming. That's that. All right. Now, Bitcoin, guys, this is where the real opportunity is right now. Okay. I'm not talking all your altcoins and stuff like that. That I am not. That is not what we discuss here on the channel. But I am going to say Bitcoin, we talked about this. Okay. I actually had two paths. One path was you just rocketed from here. You got back up. Well, it was up here. Okay. Those were the, in between here, okay, and here you had nothing. In between here and here, you also kind of had nothing, okay, because it's just, as you can see, I added it to the chart after the fact, after I told you guys. All right, regardless, you got that going on, and then we had another thing right here, and that was the scenario. And we also had this downtrend on the chart last time we reviewed this, okay, that you broke out from. Okay, and you were retesting over here, but guess what? It was a failed retest. Okay, and then you died. But this is how the chart was looking in the last video. Okay, this right here is one of these scenarios. This is what sets you up for a larger bounce, and it gives me more confidence to buy for that larger bounce. Okay, this is the opportunity that we were waiting for, baby. This is what I spoke about. I told you guys to wait for this opportunity. I didn't tell you guys to wait because no financial advice will be given on this channel. All right, but I told you my plan. All right, and my plan. Listen, guys. All right, I don't have to tell you guys those things, but I think they do help out some other people to also make their money. So I'm gonna keep at it. My plan. CLSK, okay? You got the giant golden pockets in right here that you've been trading in. Okay. You come down here to 1560-ish. Your 4-hour RSI down here is going to be oversold. Okay? With the drop that Bitcoin just had, okay, keep in mind, the market was not open during this day. This all just happened. CLSK going, it's going to gap down. All right? That going gap down. Coin. that going gap down. Mara, that also going gap down. If you were patient, okay, you got the opportunity that I think is about to make you, you know, an easy 2 to 3x in your money using the August expiration. Okay, you got a lot of time to see these things go in your favor. All right, but CLSK, I don't know the premiums off the top of my head, but you know, I know the Mara ones. Okay, and the Mara premiums, guys. Okay, they're looking real freaking juicy. But now I'm really going to highlight CLSK, all right? Mara, I'm probably going to grab some more of that. But CLSK, I'm ready to go heavy on this thing. This is the exact opportunity that I was saying. If Bitcoin got this move right here, CLSK, you're going to get a big old buying opportunity. It doesn't even matter if it comes past this 0.786 fib. Who cares? It's going to go past there, okay? It's gonna. Why? Because you're at 1615 and it's at 1560. You just had a 5% move down on Bitcoin that this hasn't taken account for. You probably have one of these things loading. And at that point, you're going to see this down here, okay? So anything you're currently in CLSK, it might die, all right? For the short term, for at least the short term, it's going to die. But this is why. All right, now you're getting the opportunity for the big confidence buy. All right, so let's say now it's at 1530. Okay, you load up like 2K here into those August calls. All right, we'll say like the 18 strike, August 16, 816, 18C. Okay, we're just gonna go off the top of my head. Maybe they're going for, by the time you get down here, maybe they're only going for like $100. All right, well, now then you get that move back up here. Now it's the 1650 again. Oh, there's your, you know, 100 to, you know, we'll say 70 to 100% gain. You come back up here, now you're up 200%. So like things could be looking really good for us CLSK players over here. I'm just letting you guys know. All right. But yeah, you get the opportunity to buy. We're gonna say in between. Where's my magnet? Where's the magnet? In between 1503 and 1391, you take that opportunity. No financial advice will be given, but you know, I'm just talking to myself here, okay? You take that opportunity. I'm going to take that opportunity. You could do whatever you want, but I think this is a big one that's loading. A big opportunity, all right? This is like, you know, when we ran it down here, and we get to get Amazon at a complete discount over here. Okay, this is one that I'm gonna bang my chest about. Okay, because I think it could potentially pay a lot of people here. And these, you know, guys, if you're not new to the channel, then you know that these are just things. When I see the opportunities, I'm going to start banging from my chest about them. I'm going to make them real obvious. I'm going to spend some time in these videos talking about them because, yeah, we could follow this price action, okay? And we can keep, you know, bettering our skill sets for, you know, price action, stuff like that and trading. But, you know, in reality, we're going to have these big winners along the way, guys. And I want everyone to feel those. There you go. This is one. I know I just spent too much time talking about it. It's okay. We'll go on to the next one. Coin. This is another one that, you know, I'll say you're getting a big opportunity on. Price, you know, if price is literally going to follow what Bitcoin was doing, then, you know, it was over here. When price was down here, coin was over here. Well, coin's probably come back to 210 right now. That's probably what it's going to open up at if you do not see a Bitcoin recovery overnight. Going to be 210 down to, we're going to say 205. You can buy there safely. Those are safe buys in my personal opinion. But again, premiums are juiced. And if you just want the non-juice premiums, you come over here and you talk to our boy CLSK. That's what you do. And this is one that, you know, I like the company. I like how the premiums move. I like them very well compared to the other miners. I've never had luck on the other miners. I've been paid out a decent amount of times over CLSK. Okay, so I'm gonna stick with it. A coin over here. There's another one. Premiums are always juiced. You're not getting the biggest opportunity here, but it is still gonna be a calling. It's a knocking on your doorstep, and there's that. Mara, guys, we talked about it. We said if you see consolidation here after the big break, that's going to be your opportunity to play this, okay? Little did we know, okay? You got the consolidation, and now you're probably going to come all the way back down here to like 1950, okay? So, again, if Bitcoin does not recover by tomorrow's session, you're going to see all these things gap down, and you're going to be able to go shopping, you know, at pretty big discounts over here on the miners. But again, you see how Mara's all the way up here, okay? Well, CLSK, you know, in terms of discount, it's all the way down here. It's probably going to come, you know, somewhere over here, right off the bat, right off rip on tomorrow's session. Oh, I was just saying recover before Monday. Recover before Friday, before tomorrow. Feels weird because we're in the middle of the week. Well, it's a Thursday. We had the day off, so it's a little weird. All right, guys, but that is the video. I know it's a longer video. We have opportunity to talk about in this video, and I want to also make it real clear, guys. The market is not freaking bearish right now. I want everyone to know that. It's not bearish. You just had the opportunity for bears to step in again, and they still didn't step in. Okay? You had such a clear opportunity to just get down here. You did not. Okay? You did not. You had a bear trap, followed by, you know, a slight little bounce with decreasing volume here on these bounce days. Okay? Then what happened? Bears started to step back in again after coming to this high. Oh, look at that guy. NQ's back up. Dang it, guys. I was going to make my buy when I got that first alert in the video. You guys saw it earlier. I didn't because I love you guys so much. And I didn't just participate in 20 points on NASDAQ because you guys. It's okay, guys. I love you guys. It's okay. It's all good in Henry's hood. It's all good. I didn't want to trade much in this chop, you know, fest today anyway. Let's actually look at the guy NQ. All right. How we doing over here? Oh, big moves. Big moves. Oh, there you are, buddy. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I wanted to play that, guys. I really did. It's okay, guys. It's okay. It's okay. I got one NQ long over here from 79. So we're still up, guys. We still should be up, like, you know, it's over $100 now. It's something like that. $120. I want to get another one down there, though. It's okay, guys. It's okay. It's okay. If you guys do want to come trade with me, I'll be trading futures every single day from 9:30 to around 12 p.m. every single day. I'll be actively updating with plenty of trade ideas on the, you know, futures alone, as well as QQQ and SPY over there in the Discord. All right. I do have this is going to be the last day. I'm running the 50% off of the lifetime access for our group. Link is down below. Code July 4th if you want to take advantage of that. But regardless, guys, if you are an active trader in these markets, I think you're going to have a really good time over here in our group. All right. And I stand behind that one. All right. With that being said, I will catch y'all on the next one. Have a lovely rest of their holiday and peace.